We're here today looking at the different types of Mediterranean tortoise that you can encounter and to discuss a bit about them and the different care requirements. There are 4 basic Mediterranean tortoises. This is Horsfield's tortoise, which is the smallest of the group. If you look, you can see it's got a very oval shaped shell, quite distinctive, whereas the other species have a longer but thinner shell. These are Hermann's tortoises, and they come from the northern shores of the Mediterranean Sea. They don't occur further south, they go up into the Balkan area as well. It's the eastern population of Hermann's tortoise that is well represented in collections today, and they can grow somewhere between 6 and 11 inches overall. They can get quite large. The males tend to be a bit smaller than the females on average, but you can distinguish them very easily indeed. If you look at this one here, you can see the great curve of the tail coming around, which ends in a horny tip, and this is what sets the Hermann's tortoise apart very simply from other members of the Mediterranean tortoise group. Mediterranean spur-thighed tortoise, which we can see here, is the longest kept pet reptile in Britain. There's records of these tortoises having been kept here since the 1600s. If you look here, you can see the distinctive spurs that give this tortoise its name. Although it isn't the only so-called spurred tortoise, inasmuch there is an African species which grows to a very much bigger size, the African spurred tortoise, also Carter tortoise. And it's important you don't confuse the two, because if you obtain the wrong species by mistake, you're going to need a very different type of setup. One of the interesting things about the Mediterranean spur-thighed is how its size varies through its range, because it's actually found on both sides of the Mediterranean Sea, and it's actually the populations in North Africa, such as the Libyan, that are the smaller ones compared with those that occur further north in Europe. The final member of this group is the marginated tortoise, which we can see here, and it gets its name from the flared marginals, this part of the shell. The marginated tortoise has the smallest range of the Mediterranean species, being confined mainly to southern Greece, extending up into the Balkans and part of Italy. But on the other hand, it's also the largest of the European species and can grow up to a length of about 15 inches. With the legislation as it currently stands, you need to obtain what is called an Article 10 certificate for your tortoise. But since the UK left the EU, it's unclear as to how this is going to continue. Under the present legislation, Horsfield's tortoise is exempt from this requirement, but you need, obviously going forward, to check with DEFRA to find out the current situation so you remain within the law.